Hey y'all, so this is my beta number 8, and it is really weird. My screen went orange to back to, so we'll have to see during editing. I'm sorry if it flashed orange real quick. So this is beta number 8 because today is August 8th, and I do want to keep things in sync with, either getting to know me as an individual beyond just, working out and trying to lose weight. And my nose itches really bad today. I wish I was like Samantha and I could wiggle my nose. Samantha up and Bewitched. Yeah, it just doesn't work. So I want to keep things on track, health-wise, fitness, me, basically all of that, because this is my weight loss channel. So I thought I would talk about a topic that I really don't talk about very often, especially with people that I know. I mean, I'm more open on like my Facebook and all of that with people that I've been friends with for a very long time. But like here in Oklahoma, one of my closest friends, I don't even talk about this issue with him. And I just want to talk about how irritable bowel syndrome affects my weight gain, my weight loss, my mental health. All of that is just, it affects so much in my life. And people think that, so your bowels are irritable. They don't realize that this is a horrible condition to have. It's disgusting, it's embarrassing, and we're still in a society where people don't talk about intimate problems such as that. Everybody uses the bathroom. Some people use it more than others, but everybody goes. It shouldn't be something to be embarrassed about, but yet it's still treated as a very taboo subject. And thankfully, with my problems, my son will not grow up thinking that it's quite so taboo. Hopefully his future family is as open as we are. So first off, what is irritable bowel syndrome or irritable bowel disease? It is IBS for short, and there are two forms of irritable bowel. You can have irritable bowel D or irritable bowel C. As you can guess, D stands for diarrhea, C stands for constipation. I suffer from a form of D, which is diarrhea, and mine came from having my gallbladder removed. They say that there is a slight chance. Let's just backtrack. When I was pregnant with my son, I was having severe pains. I went to the emergency room because when we called to consult with them just to kind of see, because I was having cramps, I was still early along. We didn't really know what was up. They said, come in, we want to make sure you're not miscarrying. I was only 18, still living at home. I was still a senior in high school. It's just a fact of life. Well, once I was there, they diagnosed me as fairly certain that there was something wrong with my gallbladder. And I was sent to the hospital a couple days later to have an ultrasound done. And they found what they couldn't really figure out. They couldn't tell if it was like a polyp, which is kind of a growth inside that was growing, or if it was a stone or whatnot. But obviously, being pregnant, there was nothing that they could do about it. And my gallbladder disease, my symptoms were excruciatingly painful cramps. That's all I had was just the pain. It wasn't localized. It was, everywhere. It was just a bad stomach ache, really bad stomach ache. And I've always had a sensitivity to products. I went through a phase when I was in junior high where I could not eat anything with cheese because it would upset my stomach. When my high school would switch milk brands between the years, it would upset my stomach. And for years, I could not drink milk at home because my mother would buy the cheap generic milk, and there was just something different about it that would upset my stomach. After I had my son, I was still experiencing pain. So the doctor said, well, now that, obviously I had healed fairly well from my C-section, he decided, it's time to take the gallbladder. He sent me to the surgeon who told me, well, first, he didn't think it was my gallbladder. But he went ahead and scheduled the surgery, and then he scheduled another test where they would run a scope down my stomach to see what was going on in my stomach. Yeah. Well, they told me that there was a chance that I would have to use the bathroom more often. Like, for example, if you defecate, which basically if you poo, once a week, you would probably go twice a week. Or if you do once a day, you might go twice a day, but there was medication to counteract it. Well, I was thinking, my stomach hurts. I don't want to live like this. I want to be able to eat, meat and stuff again. My mother is allergic to meat. I do not want to be like her. I don't like vegetables, which is very bad for weight loss as well. Anyways, I went ahead and had the surgery done. Well, the first thing I did was the scope down my stomach, and they found white cells in the bottom of my stomach where the stuff passes from your stomach into the rest of your digestive system. I don't know my anatomy that well. And there was lesions in it. So they did tests. It was cancer-free. They could not figure out anything that was wrong with it. So they went ahead and removed my gallbladder. And in my gallbladder, they found that I did indeed have a stone, but it had embedded itself and was growing within the tissue lining, which I don't know if it was that crucial that I had it out. If I could change things, I would have it put back in today. I honestly would. I was out for a couple days of work, and I was up and moving around. Right away afterwards, I discovered that I'm allergic to morphine through this. So that's a fun one. It makes me vomit almost immediately when it is administered to me through an IV, and it was not pretty. Anyways, I digress. So I found at work, I was having to go urgently, but it still wasn't that crucial, really bad thing. It kind of worsened over time. And there for a while, it was so bad where if I ate anything, immediately I would have to use the bathroom, and it was urgent. And a lot of times it was the diarrhea. I hated traveling because I needed to know where those bathrooms were, just in case I had to go. I did start on the medication that they gave me. It was a powder that I put in my drinks. It basically is supposed to lower your cholesterol, but the side effect is constipation. So they figured out that, someone with diarrhea, side effect constipation, it evens it out. No, it doesn't. I have had a colonoscopy done, which I would not recommend anybody do it unless you absolutely have to. I was put under for mine because I was still under the age of 25, and they did a gap, before age 25 and after age 55, I believe. That particular hospital would put you under, thank goodness. Because when I get stressed, I have to go. If I know there's not a toilet right there, I have to go. If someone else is on the toilet, I have to go. A lot of it has turned into a mental condition. Well, I have researched online many, many, many different ways of managing it, and I cannot say it always works. I have tried probiotics, and the only one that I have discovered that actually helps without making it worse is the probiotic called Align. The digestive advantage is cheaper, and it works wonders for many people. But for me, it makes me bloated up with gas, and I can't pass the gas, and it hurts. If you need to fart and it doesn't come out, it hurts. Yes, this is a very blunt blog. If you have to fart and it won't come out, it hurts. It don't matter if you have diarrhea or not. You're in pain, and it ain't coming out. So I do not take that digestive advantage anymore. I really can't afford to be taking the Align. And it has come down dramatically in price. It used to be $40 a box for me. I would actually order mine off Amazon because it was a little bit cheaper. Well, in ways that this has impacted me is I don't go out on dates that involve food because I don't know if it's going to affect me. I don't tell people. And, I plan ahead when it comes to eating because I'm embarrassed by it because I'm going to have to rush to the bathroom. There have been so many times that we'll be halfway through a meal and I have to go bad, and it's not always the same things that affect me. So I can't even eliminate it that way. And, it's a weird topic to be talking about right here, and I'm rambling on and on and on. And I used to plan ahead, my son rode a special needs bus because he is autistic and he's high functioning now. He's fully integrated into regular classes, but at that time, he rode a special ed bus. Just, even though he probably could have handled a bus with peers close to his age, he would not have been able to handle a bus full of older children and whatnot. Well, I wouldn't eat until he came home from school So from like 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, I would not eat. Often, I didn't eat breakfast. So oftentimes the first thing that I ate was after he came home because I didn't want to risk having to go to the bathroom waiting on that bus. And it's horrible. And then I would binge eat, and I would eat a lot in the evening. I was eating so much in the evening when I was not active. I still don't eat the proper foods that I should. That would probably help manage it. But the only good thing that I do is I drink a lot of water. Staying hydrated has helped. But other ways that it has affected my weight gain is I don't go out and be active. I don't like going to the park unless I know there's a bathroom. There are days where I won't go on a walk because it affects, everything. And when you have to go bad. And I can say I no longer suffer from straight diarrhea. I just go very often, and sometimes it is urgent. My best friend is Imodium. I can take many, many, many in a day, which probably is not good for me, but unfortunately is the only thing that has given me a somewhat normal life. I have a job. I am a manager at my job, and thankfully I have a job where I can get up and I can go. I don't have to have someone cover my desk. I can get up and go. Unfortunately, that's not always convenient and it's not always very classy, but I can. And when I'm unhappy with my job and really I do need a higher income, I need something with benefits, part of the reason that I stay, which is so funny because one of my closest friends is a coworker. He's, I guess, technically my subordinate now, but we have been friends since I started. It was kind of an instant connection. He always asks me, why are you still here? He knows that I can do better, and I know that I can do better, and I know he could do better, but he has different reasons for being there. Let's try doing these two pieces together. Anyway, so I don't tell him about needing a bathroom. I cannot work a register where I cannot get up and go. And let's see if I can fix the color better. And it's embarrassing. There's so many jobs that I would love to do, but I need access to a bathroom because a lot of it is mental. Whether I have to go or not, I have to go. And often there's always something that can come out. But like I said, Imodium is my best friend. And thankfully, with my gym, I know there's plenty of bathrooms and I don't have to worry. So going to the gym doesn't affect me as much. It's getting to the gym sometimes because it is a 20-minute drive. And if I'm really bad, then I will not go. I have to drive. I do not like being a passenger in the car because when you're driving, it gives you a sense of control. I know if I have to go to the bathroom, I can step on the gas. I can speed up. I can risk getting a speeding ticket, but I feel in control. This is a horrible condition to have, and people laugh about it, and they don't really understand the full impact of how much it affects your life. It affects everything. What you can eat, where you can go, how long you can be without a bathroom. And it's debilitating. It really is. At one time, I honestly thought, I'm going to end up on Social Security because I get the craps. And I don't want to be that person. I want to have a job. I want to do well. And thankfully, with my photography, once I get the camera out in my hand and I'm doing my sessions, it doesn't bother me so much that there's not a bathroom. It's the matter of, okay, am I waiting for the client? That used to get to me. And I think that's part of the reason I want to do a home studio, especially I love newborn photography. That is where I think that it is mine. It's what I feel best that I'm at. It's where I'm most confident, and it's convenient. I love doing it in my home, or eventually I want a studio where something goes, okay, let's take a break. I'm going to use the bathroom, wash my hands, freshen up, all of that, and I don't have to worry so much. It still keeps freezing. We're going to have to hope and pray this doesn't come out in editing, because my editing software doesn't do very well. So that's really how it has affected my life, and it's not pleasant, and it's freezing, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. Irritable bowel syndrome sucks. You poop a lot, or you don't poop at all, and you need to poop, and let's see if I have a lamp sitting next to me, and the color thing is not working well for me, so. Irritable bowel syndrome. Your bowels are irritated. You poop a lot, or you don't poop at all. Either way, it's uncomfortable. You're using the bathroom a lot, trying to make it work, and not a lot helps, and it affects how you eat. It affects how you are active. and everything. And it is a honest to God, put my hand upon my Bible, which I do not mean this in blasphemy. I'm just, honestly, the Bible is everything to me. I put my hand on it and swear I would not wish this upon anybody. It's not fun, and I don't even have the worst case scenario. If I can have my gallbladder put back in, I would. What my doctor neglected to tell me is about 1 in 4 people, supposedly, end up with irritable bowels after having their gallbladder removed. I honestly suggest don't do it unless you have to. There's a reason that gallbladder is there. It helps. It really does. So I'm going to wrap this up, Do you like my big hair? I figure I have a big butt. I might as well have a big bun. And it froze while I was on my bun. So, anyways, I actually got up and I did my makeup today because I have not worn makeup in several weeks. It looks nicer in person because it actually looks a little dirty right now, but it does look nicer in person. And I felt good today. It was just a good day. It was a good confidence day. It was a good, just everything day. I worked so hard. Feet are so sore right now. So I'm probably going to take a bubble bath and head to bed and actually get a little bit of extra sleep. So happy beta number, or no, it's not number 5. It is number 8. I cannot do my 3 fingers very well. I like doing this for 3. So number 8. I have really short fingers, short and fat fingers. I have even when I was skinny. I used to be this scrawny, bony little thing, and I still had short, fat fingers. That's why I usually grow my nails out because it lengthens my fingers. And I'm rambling again, so thank you all, and I will see you all tomorrow.